4 years since Elias Rook last closed a case. Sergeant Bram Halloway finds him at the wall again. "You've been at that wall since 6. It hasn't changed since 6. "That's rather my point, sir." At 12:45 in the morning, the telephone rings. "Rook. Nobody calls this office at 1 in the morning to be friendly." "Halveston Yard. A dead auditor on a train that isn't going anywhere." They drive through the rain. Halloway says they have kept everyone on the train. Nothing has been touched. Not a cup. Not a cup. Halveston Yard, 1:50 in the morning. This train stopped being a train 2 hours ago. Keep it that way until I've seen it. Car 4 of the Nightingale Express. An auditor called Halvard Wren hit on the back of the head. All 3 passengers have hired a lawyer already. "Who touched him?" "The doctor. Sorel found him, said he was dead, and put the time at 11:40. Very tidy about it." "Then 11:40 is her number, not mine. Lens on and pick up everything, especially the rubbish." Rook crouches over the carpet like a man proposing. Halloway sighs, and they begin. On the seat, Wren's wristwatch. Torn off his wrist, the glass is cracked and the hand stopped at 11:12. It is still wound tight, so it did not stop on its own. Something hit it. "A watch cannot be paid to lie," Rook says. "This one is telling the truth." On the tea trolley, a full pot, long cold. 2 cups, both clean, both dry. Nobody poured a drop. Wren was waiting for someone, and they got here before the tea was worth drinking. "Cold tea and 2 clean cups," Halloway says. "Somebody was polite for about a minute." By the couch, a narrow dent in the wool, no wider than a woman's heel. It is deep, and it points back at the door. The carpet has not had time to spring up again. Carpet remembers longer than people do. On the floor, Wren's own timetable. He wrote in the margin himself, "Marrow Bridge, 11:10, 90 seconds. He knew exactly when this train would be loud enough to hide a shout. 90 seconds of noise. You can do a lot in 90 seconds. Next to the trolley, 20 pounds of polished brass, a fresh dent in the rim, a smear across the belly where someone dragged the polish instead of buffing it. This was cleaned fast. Wiped in a hurry, not by the man who polishes it for a living. Under the police tape, Wren's leather case. His files are in strict order and one divider is empty. He lettered the tab himself, S. Rotterdam, 1911. The file that belongs there is gone. He filed everything, so the missing file is the case. In the bar ashtray, burnt paper, still curled. One corner survived. Part of a printed letterhead from a Dutch medical council. Burning paper in a carriage full of curtains. Brave. A dining car till slip, stamped 11:11 at night, signed O. Pell. The doors between carriages are bolted from 11 until 20 past for the bridge. Bolted doors. Our steward was in the wrong carriage to be the killer. Pinned by the door, a night order slip. Taken at compartment 3A at 11:09, signed off at 11:15. Mrs. Ashcroft wanted a telegram sent before Halveston. 2 signatures, 6 minutes apart. She was busy being difficult. Behind the bar, the passenger list. Dr. Sorrell bought her berth the morning after Wren's audit route went up on the public board. Same office, same clerk. She did not happen to be on this train. She picked it. On the bar rail, a silver-stamped matchbook. The pale heron, 2 matches gone. It has nothing to do with a dead auditor. Miriam had one of these in her coat, Rook says. Nobody could ever tell me why. Then the witnesses. First, Vivian Ashcroft, heiress. She owns 40% of the railway. Wren could audit until his eyes fell out. It's my railway, my father's railway. There was a thud while we crossed the bridge. The girders were screaming and something went over. The conductor knocked at 11:09 with the morning order. We argued until 11:15. The Pearl? I lost that on Tuesday. Pell has been crawling after it for 2 days. Second, Osgood Pell. Lounge steward. He owes 900 to bookmakers. He caught me at the till, yes. He said he would think about it. Men like him think for a long time. I made the pot at 11 and set out 2 cups. Mr. Wren always poured for his guest himself. 11:11, dining car. The till slip has my name on it, and the doors are bolted for the bridge. The urn. I polish that at 10, every night of my life. Third, Dr. Margaret Sorrell, the first person to reach the body. 11:45. A sound like a chair going over woke me up. I never came further than the doorway. I saw enough from there. He had been dead about 5 minutes when I reached him. Call it 11:40. I had never met Mr. Wren before this train. Testimony saved, Holloway says. 3 stories, at least one of them is a lie. Something in this room wrote down the exact minute he died. One person gave you a different minute. The watch stopped at 11:12. Wren himself marked the bridge at 11:10. 90 seconds of noise, but Sorrell said call it 11:40. He died at 11:12 during the 90 seconds of noise on the bridge. The doctor told you 11:40. She's the only person who could move the time because she checked the body. Lie proved, the hour of death. The tea was made for 2 people. Pell made the pot at 11 and set out 2 cups. Mr. Wren always poured for his guest himself. Wren was expecting a guest at 11. They came, and nobody drank a drop. So the guest was in this room before the bridge and could not leave once the doors were bolted. Lie proved, the guest who never drank. She says she stopped in the doorway. Something under your feet says she did not. She walked all the way to the couch in heels, hard enough to crush the carpet. Then she told you she never came past the doorway. She was in this room with him. Lie proved, the doorway lie. 3 lies, all from the same mouth, Holloway says. Shall we go and say her name? 3 suspects, 1 charge. Vivian Ashcroft forged a share transfer his audit would have found. Osgood Pell was stealing from the till, and Wren knew it. Dr. Margaret Sorrell was struck off in Rotterdam, and Wren was carrying her file. Sorrell. The dent in the rim fits the wound the way a key fits a door. In the ashes, 1 corner of a medical council letter survived. Rotterdam, 1911. He was going to hand me back to them, she says. For a piece of paper, for 1 page in a file. At 6, the Nightingale left Halveston on time with 1 passenger missing. Get me the club's member list. That's not this case, sir. No, it isn't. Case closed. Dr. Margaret Sorrell, charged with the murder of Halvard Wren on board the Nightingale Express, 14th of November, 1926, at 11:12 at night. 1 thing goes in the back of the notebook with no explanation, a matchbook.